Hi, I'm Anna. I catch my reflection in the salon's sleek glass windows and can't help but smile at the irony. A decade ago, I used to avoid mirrors, dreading the sight of myself. Now, I own Crown and Glory, the most exclusive hair salon in the city. Funny how life works out. Ready for the Anderson wedding party. Sarah brushes past me, arms full of high-end styling products. My best friend since high school, now my business partner, the only person who truly understands what this success means to me. 6 bridesmaids, 1 mother of the bride, and the star herself, I say, smirking. Piece of cake. But as I tuck a loose strand of hair behind my ear, my fingers linger, a habit I've never quite shaken. These days, my hair cascades past my shoulders in healthy waves, a far cry from the choppy, jagged cuts of my childhood. Sarah must notice because her voice softens. Remember when Diana used to drag you to that awful discount place every 2 months? The memory hits like a slap. My stepmother, standing behind me with that saccharine, performative concern. Anna's hair just grows so fast, James, she'd tell my father, voice dripping with fake reason. You know how unruly it gets. We need to keep it manageable for school. And he, ever practical, would nod in agreement, never questioning why his daughter always returned looking like she'd lost a fight with a lawnmower. Meanwhile, her daughters, Vanessa and Victoria, sat at home brushing their thick, flowing hair, smirking as I walked in the door. Those weren't haircuts. They were punishments. I exhaled sharply, straightening a row of scissors with more force than necessary. Every time someone complimented my hair, every school dance where the boys noticed me instead of her precious girls, I snapped my fingers. Chop, chop, chop. Sarah nods, her expression darkening. She was always the one finding me crying in the school bathroom after another forced trip to the stylist's chair. Your dad never realized. Because Diana always waited until he was traveling, I mutter. By the time he got back, she had him convinced it was my choice. That I wanted a low-maintenance style for swimming. I remember those dinner table conversations, how Vanessa and Victoria would twirl their perfect locks while Diana beamed at me, congratulating me on being so mature for choosing practicality over vanity. The front door chimes, snapping me back to the present. My posture straightens, a professional smile already in place. But just before greeting our first client, I steal another glance at my reflection. The scared teenager with the butchered hair is gone. In her place stands a woman who built an empire from her pain, who took her stepmother's cruelty and forged it into something unstoppable. You know what the best part is? I murmur to Sarah as we head to our stations. She raises a brow. What? Every time someone walks out of this salon feeling beautiful, it's another victory over Diana. I flash a slow, satisfied smile. And trust me, there are plenty more victories to come. Sarah grins, catching the glint in my eye. Speaking of which, didn't Victoria just post about wanting a makeover for her wedding? Oh yes. I smile, picking up my favorite scissors. Won't this be interesting? The front door chimes again, and I nearly drop them. There they are. Diana, Vanessa, Victoria, strutting into my salon like they own the place. 7 years since I left home, and they haven't changed a bit. Same entitled expressions, same superior attitudes. They don't recognize me at first, hidden behind my sleek black uniform. My polished confidence, my success. We need the best stylist you have, Diana announces, her voice as saccharine as ever. That tone used to make my stomach turn. My daughter Victoria is getting married, and we want everything perfect. Across the salon, Sarah catches my eye, her lips twitching in amusement. Of course, she says smoothly. Let me get our owner. She personally handles all our VIP clients. I take my time walking over, watching as Victoria preens in the mirror while Vanessa absently flips through a magazine. Did you see Anna's profile in the business section? Vanessa snorts, running some little salon across town. Can you believe she's trying to compete with places like this? Well, Victoria drawls, adjusting her engagement ring. She always did think too highly of herself. Diana chuckles, adjusting her designer scarf. Remember how your father had to constantly remind her that beauty isn't everything. Those haircuts were for her own good, teaching her humility. My hands tightened behind the reception desk. Humility, that's what she called it. Every time a boy asked me to a dance. Every time a school event meant I might shine just a little too brightly. Every time I started to feel confident, snip, snip, snip. Your stylist will be right with you, I say, stepping forward. Their laughter cuts off. Victoria's jaw drops. Diana's face twitches in horror. It's been a while, hasn't it? I say, my voice light, pleasant, professional. This is your salon. Victoria chokes out. Yes, I smile. Welcome to Crown and Glory, the most exclusive salon in the city. Sarah leans against the counter, arms crossed, enjoying the show. Sarah, I say casually, could you grab my special lookbook? The one with the before and after photos. She disappears into the back, but we both know what she's actually retrieving. My old photo album. The one filled with every horrible haircut, every tear-streaked aftermath, every date meticulously recorded, along with Diana's instructions to the cheap salons, always requesting they take off as much as possible, regardless of my preference. I take my time flipping through the pages when Sarah returns, letting Vanessa and Victoria get a good look. You know what's fascinating? I mused, tilting the book toward them. Every bad haircut lines up perfectly with an event where I might have gotten more attention than your daughters. I glance up. What a coincidence. Diana's face drains of color. I reach for my phone. I wonder what Dad would think about all these coincidences. He's been asking why I never come to family dinners anymore. You wouldn't dare, Diana hisses. I hold her gaze, unflinching. Try me. Then I smile, slipping my phone into my pocket. Now about those wedding styles. Shall we discuss how you'd like to look in the photos? Victoria swallows hard. We should go. Diana doesn't move right away, but she knows she's lost. Without another word, they turn and leave. But I'm not done yet. Within days, Vanessa and Victoria are posting cryptic warnings about unprofessional salons on their social media. Diana is whispering at her charity committee meetings about how some people just can't let go of the past. Pathetic. But I've spent years being silent, and I'm done. While sorting through Dad's old study, I find his camera bag stuffed in the back of his closet. Hours of family videos, and then, Christmas morning. I was 15. Anna, show everyone your new haircut. Diana's voice rings out from the speakers. The camera pans to me, devastated. Hair brutally chopped short just before the annual family portrait. She picked it herself, didn't you, dear? In the background, Vanessa leans toward Victoria, whispering. Mom said shorter hair would make her nose look bigger in the photos. Sarah sits beside me, watching the footage. Your dad needs to see this, she murmurs. I nod. He will, along with everyone else who matters. The annual Henderson family dinner is days away. Every notable family in their social circle will be there. I arrive early, helping Dad set up in the kitchen. Remember how you used to braid my hair before bed? I say, scrolling to a picture on my phone. Before Diana decided long hair was too high maintenance for me. He frowns. She said you wanted it short. His voice trails off as the video plays. The whispered conversations. The tearful aftermath of each forced haircut. Diana's smug satisfaction as she systematically chipped away at a young girl's confidence. Dad sinks into a chair, his face pale. My God. I never knew. I should have seen. But he didn't. And that's exactly why he's seeing it now. The Henderson Charity Gala, Diana's crown jewel. Her moment to shine. The elegant, compassionate philanthropist, the perfect wife, the devoted mother. She stands at the podium, delivering her well-rehearsed speech about supporting vulnerable youth. And then the screen behind her changes. The slideshow begins. Photo after photo. A teenage girl, her confidence stripped away piece by piece. Video clips, Diana's own voice, her own manipulation, laid bare for the entire room. The forced haircuts, the whispered comments. Then Vanessa and Victoria's voices, captured without their knowledge, murmuring the truth. Mom said shorter hair would make her nose look bigger in the photos. Mom didn't want her looking better than us. A ripple of stunned silence spreads through the crowd. Diana falters. Her poised, practiced smile freezes as she turns to the screen, staring at her own reflection in the evidence. The room is no longer hers. I stand. My voice is clear, steady, louder than hers ever was. I believe that childhood emotional abuse is exactly the kind of issue this charity should address. Gasps, murmurs. And then Dad rises beside me. We need to talk? Now. The aftermath swift, unforgiving. Diana's charity board position. Gone. Her social standing. Shattered. Vanessa and Victoria's wedding invitations. Mysteriously lost in the mail. As for crown and glory, booked solid for months. It turns out karma has an incredible sense of irony, and it looks dang good on everyone who walks through my doors. Dad stops by the salon weekly now, usually bringing lunch and apologies I no longer need. We're rebuilding stronger than before. Sarah jokes that we should add revenge makeovers to our service menu. Looking in the mirror now, I see more than success. I see victory. My hair flows past my shoulders exactly the way I choose to wear it, and every client who walks through my doors leaves feeling just as empowered. Diana still lives in town, I hear. Still tries to maintain her social circle. But here's the thing about small communities, they have long memories. And thanks to that charity gala footage, everyone knows exactly who she is. As for me, I'm too busy running the city's most exclusive salon to worry about her anymore. Though I did send her a gift card for a free haircut. She hasn't used it yet. Now let's talk. Did Anna go too far by exposing Diana in such a public way? What about Vanessa and Victoria? They were just teenagers when this started, raised by a mother who taught them that putting others down was the only way to stay on top. Now their social standing is gone. Their wedding plans are in shambles. Their lives are forever changed. Were they victims of Diana's manipulation too? Or were they old enough to know exactly what they were doing? What do you think? Have you ever been in a situation where getting justice meant others might get hurt? How did you handle it? What would you have done if you were Anna? If this story hit home for you, hit that like button. If you've ever faced toxic family dynamics, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe in justice, help this reach someone who needs to hear it. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't just living well,